Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Let's talk about the Zim node again, because guess what I have? Yep, I have the details of when it is you're going to be able to swap in those Zim bonds. That's right. It's actual. It's real. And I have the information for you. You're going to be able to exchange your Zim bonds for actual money. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not a subscriber, can you do me a favor and please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. Everybody can see right now in the markets, it's really unstable, and a lot of it is just BS. They're all manipulated. Everywhere is manipulated. So do yourself a favor and grab real money. That's gold and silver. It's the only money out there that's legitimate. You definitely want something outside of the system. Everybody knows that the doo-doo's about to hit the fan, and you definitely don't want to be standing there holding the bag, if you get my drift. So do yourself a favor and buy some gold and silver, and when you do, please consider our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. First-time buyers, if you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Yes, the exciting news, Zim Bonds, you're going to be able to redeem them. Yep. After fussing and listening to people go back and forth, the Zim Bonds, I did get the information. As usual, I do all the digging, and I bring it to you, unlike anybody else out there in YouTube world. First, let's go through some news. Then I'll respond to some of the comments underneath the video, the last one I did, and then kind of go over some details super quick. We'll go over the information that you guys are looking forward to, okay? So this just came out recently, looking at Zimbabwe's dollar, second death seen as only a matter of time. Yeah, that's right, the currency is going to die again. When Zimbabwe's businessman Nigel Chananakarkia asked 100 chief executive officers at a seminar in Harare on January 27th if they were willing to use the local currency, only one person raised their hand. That's not good. There's nobody that has confidence in the currency. And if nobody has confidence in the currency, then it doesn't have any value. And for the record, that's starting to happen to currencies all around the world, which is exactly what they want. And then they're going to spring on to you guys the so-called central bank digital currency. Yes, that is an actual tactic that they're going to use. And they don't even hide it. There was a video out about it. That reluctance is a stark demonstration of the government's failure to win confidence in the Zimbabwe dollar. The reintroduction of which the finance minister, Nick Hube, has staked the stagnating economy recovery on. For the second time in 2 decades, Zimbabweans are abandoning their local currency. That's the news. So again, this currency has no value. Between 2009 and 2019, Zimbabwe's economy was dollarized after hyperinflation led the government to print $1 trillion Zimbabwe notes, leaving the country's name synonymous with economic malfunction. While the subsequent dollarization tamed price growth, it hurt businesses as neighboring countries using their own depreciating currencies undercut Zimbabwe's manufacturers. Again, here we go, right back to where we were. Zimbabwe not listening to the World Bank and IMF and continuing with corruption. Their currency that they're currently using is no longer any good. See, because the currency is only recognized and usable within Zimbabwe. Yeah. With the Zimbabwe dollars untradeable outside the country, companies need foreign currency to pay for import equipment, consumer goods, and to placate an increasingly dissatisfied workforce. Once again, here we go. You know, the Zimbabwe dollar is losing its value. Nobody wants to use it. And we'll speak about those dollars because there's some things you need to know about it. So this is the most recent news. Let's go down here because this was funny. Okay, so I made a video and I tell people about this. And as usual, people get all bent. It says, right here it says, people, please do not throw your currency away. No one truly knows until we actually exchange. Remember, this is all in his opinion. It's not just my opinion. I mean, it actually shows you, they tell you that they're obsolete. So it's not my opinion, it's a fact. It's like I'm walking around guessing, but like I said, who knows? Just throw it in the drawer. I don't know what more you could do. But I will tell you where it's going to gain its real value because it's something you should consider since you're holding the notes. Okay? I love this Foster Farm. Amen. I'm going to need a lot of big grains of salt to swallow this info. Just like when he said that JFK Jr. was not alive. You needed salt for that information? Oh, God, you're one of those people. Well, Foster Farm, you might love this. So in March, I'm going to be hanging around with Dr. Ron, and we're going to a conference. And guess who's going to be there? Robert F. Kennedy. You know the guy that touched his nose? Guess what I'm going to be doing? Talking to him. So I'm going to go ahead and get it done on video, and I'm just going to ask him point blank to his face. Look, if he was willing to touch his nose to let everybody know that JFK Jr. was alive, I don't want to hear people going, man, you think he's really going to tell you if John F. Kennedy Jr. is alive? Well, then why the hell did he touch his nose? So you can't have it both ways in that whole world of yours where, hey, he is alive because Robert F. Kennedy touched his nose. But then if I say to him, by the way, you did touch your nose, is he still alive? And he goes, no, he's not alive. I don't want you to go, well, of course he's going to say no. I love how there's always an excuse for the truth. Seriously. Okay, so he said, just like when he said that JFK Jr. was not alive and that there was no such thing as 800 numbers and exchange centers. Yeah, there's not. Seriously, really, there's not. There's no redemption centers. There's no 800 numbers. I didn't say there was no exchange centers. I said no redemption centers. Because there's exchanges everywhere. You can go to International Airport to there. Some places have them inside malls. So, yeah. But that you had to take your foreign currency directly into a bank like Wells Fargo to exchange it. Well, I didn't say you had to. I'm just saying that's an option. He's the only one I've found that says these things, and it seems like he is way off track. I'm the one that's way off track. I'm not the one trying to blow smoke up your guys' ass. But go ahead. I think you like that feeling, Foster Farm. If you do, just keep letting him tickle your butt. Says the note, along with previous hyperinflation denominations, including the bazillion dollars there, could be exchanged for US dollars until the end of April 2016, but it was only worth about 40 cents. It was fetching significant higher prices as a novelty item on websites such as eBay. So DMAC, that's right. So I remember I had one of my videos that shows you what the exchange rate was, and that sounds about right. But they're no longer any good. The dollars are obsolete. Okay, just so you guys know, they're obsolete too. As a matter of fact, when I first got into currencies, Zimbabwe was one of the first ones I was going to get until I actually started doing the research. And I was like, no. Unless you're a collector, like you collect coins or you collect currencies, and I'm not talking about collecting currencies for the purpose of waiting for it to revalue so you can exchange it. What I'm talking about is a person who's like a numismatic collector, somebody who collects coins and dollars. This is what they like. This is their hobby. It's also a great investment. What DMAC is saying is right. Here's what people don't understand. Those 2008 AA notes, those series, there wasn't very many of those made. There's a lot of crisp 2008 AA series Zimbabwe dollars out there. I think there's only like 1 million of them made, which means that particular currency will accumulate a lot of value just because of how rare it is. Yeah, they usually make billions and billions of dollars worth of notes for each country, but that 2008 Zimbabwe note, actually, there wasn't very many printed at all. So when you think about supply and demand, it's the same thing with coins. You know what I mean? Like I have a 3-cent nickel that's a proof. It's outstanding condition. There's only like 800 of them ever made. It's very low mintage. So these Zim notes actually do have more value, not for exchanging, but for collectability. So you definitely want to send them in and get a certificate of authenticity and have it graded and hope you get a high grade on them. And then they would have much higher value. As a matter of fact, I think I saw some 69 and 70 grades out there selling for about $250 a Zim note. Yeah, to collectors. Thank you so much for taking your time to explain this. I'm grateful because, frankly, I'm tired of thinking I have something of value, but I will put it aside just in case. Thanks. Yeah, just, here's my thing. Just put it aside. Who knows? I mean, they're obsolete. I'm being honest about it, but they do have collectible value to them. This person right here, see a certificate of authenticity? Look how much they're selling for. $259. Yeah, with the certificate. Now, that's just a certificate of authenticity. What this person should be doing is sending them in and getting them graded. If you can get graded ones, you are really, look at them, see how much they're worth? Now, these come with the certificates, so you got to be careful. But yeah, they have more value to collectors than you can swapping them. Okay? There's no exchange because they're obsolete bills. So I would not just toss them away, and I'd actually store them very carefully. You want them to stay as flat, as crisp as possible. You don't want to fold them. You don't want the hands to get dirty on them. You don't want anything like that. All right? So I contacted the exchange here in Australia, and the manager confirmed that these notes were obsolete but are now a valuable currency as of 6 months ago after Zimbabwe got rid of the yuan. They will revalue and can be exchanged at your local bank. So do not throw away your currency. So this is new news. I have not found this out anywhere. So you see, Joanna called her local exchange and asked about it. So you guys should do the same. Amen. And thank you for using some common sense and discernment. I love you for that. What? Foster farm? No love for me? No love. I get no love. Pimpy, you're knowledgeable about other currencies and precious metals. Well, I appreciate that. However, you don't acknowledge the Zim for investors are known as Zim Bond notes, such as the AA Series 2008, which get redeemed, not the currency. No, I brought this up before. I brought it up in other videos, but I get what you're saying. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. But here's the thing. Yeah, what is this? There are no bonds. These are just a myth, propaganda by gurus, which is true. What's going on, Nate? I have to call you my brother. I'm sorry. It's been a long time. There's a lot of shit going on in my life. So yeah, so here's the thing about the AA 2008. It's a AA series, and there's AA on the numbers. And somehow, some way, somebody said these are bonds. Okay, the bond notes are the current currency, not the 2008. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I goes the extra mile for you guys. 2008 bearer this note. Here you go. Here's what I'm talking about. See this right here? It's just a serial number. It's got the 2 A's there. That's fine. But nowhere on here does it say a bond at all. Nowhere on here says this. Nowhere does it say it's a bond. Although this is very interesting. It says, Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe paid to the bearer on demand $100 million on or before December 31st of 2008. So some of you might be a little bit late. You know what I mean? And that is interesting that they put that on there, because I don't know of anybody that took their money over to the Zimbabwe Reserve Bank and said, damn it, I'm on demand. Give me my $100 million. So this is issued on May the 2nd. There is the check bearer number right there. That's supposed to be the check number that matches this. That's the word. But as you can see, the time has passed and the date has passed. So it is expired. But like I said, nowhere on here does it say a bond, and no, these can become bonds. That is the rumor. There's no truth to it whatsoever. And every time you do research out there about that, all you do is find out that it's just hearsay from some other person or some blog person or nothing. But go ahead and try to find something official. And for the record, I will let everybody know, just so we can clear this up, because I might be wrong. I doubt it, but I might be. I've actually emailed the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe and asked some questions for clarity on their currencies. I absolutely asked if this 2008 AA series Zim notes, are they bonds or are they dollars? Are they obsolete or can we still exchange them? And what, if anything, can anybody do if they're holding on to these particular currencies? So hopefully we'll hear back. And when I do, I'll share with everybody. So everybody's like, yeah, they're bond notes. No, later on, they changed the name to bond notes. Now, these are the newer currencies. See, these are ones I'm talking about. Now, on there that says bond notes. You see this? Not those older dollars. It only says bond notes on here. So that's the only currency that you will see where it says bond note. Not the 2008 that everybody's holding on to. See, this is single digit. It says 2. not the $100 trillion ones. I know nobody wants to hear that. That's okay. You guys can continue going to the other people and let them pull your leg about it. But no, it's not a bond. They weren't converted into bonds. There's no official announcement out there that the 2008 AA Zim notes were magically converted over to bonds. It does not say that. The new dollars say bond notes on there. Look up currency bonds, currency option bonds, and other types of bonds. Maybe these bonds are bonded to another country and will have value in a certain way. Here we go again. They are 2008 are now considered bonds only by you people. There is no official announcement that I can find, but if you want to leave a link, not to somebody's blog, because I've been on the Zimbabwe Reserve Bank website looking for this conversion that you guys are talking about. There is no mention of the 2008 AA Zims being converted into bonds. I've looked. And if there's going to be any official announcement, it's going to be on their website. But if you do want to find an official announcement, maybe I'm just not finding it. I would be more than happy to share the information if you want to, okay? That's weird. The AA 2008 series is what every other guru has been pushing for years and years. Yep, I know they have. Yes, they have. Yes, indeed. Something is really fishy about this. Yes, there is. I agree. Well, you were wrong about cryptos. Stick with silver and gold. What was I wrong about cryptos about? And you'll be wrong about currencies as well. Please sit down and just focus on precious metals. Yeah, really? What was I wrong about? I remember one of your videos, and a woman was exchanging the Series 4 notes for Series 5 notes. She didn't get rich, but she made some nice profits. This might be the same video that I'm showing you the exchange rates in there, because I did do a video with the exchange rates in there. And I do remember a story about a woman who did swap up, but right now the details are not coming to me. But yeah, that was a while ago. But those Zim notes, the 2008 AAs, are obsolete. Pimpy, you always do your homework. Investment, gold and silver dinar, also coins. Yes. It says on the note 2008-2009 AA series, I will pay to the bearer on demand. These ones are bonds. It does not say bonds on there. Seriously. It does not say bonds. Anyway, I just showed you that. And yes, you're right. It does say that on there. It says I will pay to the bearer on demand. Bearer is whoever is bringing it in, the owner of it. That's what they're talking about. The person who brings it in, that's what it says. They will pay on demand. But you also said on or before December 31st of 2008. And we are on January 30th, 2022. 14 years later. Well, the value is there if it's rare to buy them. That's the purpose. If they're not being painted or discontinued, that's what makes it valuable. No, right now collectors love them. Like I said, if you get them graded, they can fetch a pretty good chunk of money. The thought is for collectors would be that you can buy them fairly cheap, though in crisp, uncirculated. Turn around, send them in and get it graded and flip them for big money if you get a high grade. So yeah, you can make pretty good money on them. There's a difference between Zim bonds and Zim money or currency. Well, yeah, what is it? Because everything that I read, there's no difference. They just called them Zim bonds, is what my understanding is. Hello, Pimpy. The 100 trillion Zimbabwe notes are worthless. But if all debt is paid, that means all bonds will be paid. So I know they are a bond, not a currency. See, again, I don't know where you guys are getting this from. Because nowhere on the currency itself does it say they're a bond. The newer dollars, it says they're bonds, not the older one that I'm talking about, the 2008 one. So I don't know where you're getting that from, because all the information that I found on it is just people regurgitating the same crap. Like I said, I actually went to the Zimbabwe Reserve Bank website to look up information. So if you guys can find one, I'll be more than happy to come on here, let everybody know I made a mistake, make sure everybody gets the right information, share the information, and give you kudos for it. I don't have a problem with it. This isn't about who's first or who's the best or who's always right. Yeah, I'm not that kind of person. If I screw up, then let me know. And if you can prove it, I'll come on here and say I screwed up. I don't have a problem with that. The whole purpose is as we come together as a community and share the information, the correct information. Pimpy may mean well, but he's spinning FUD. Let's see how well this video ages. Yeah, FUD. Well, again, where are you guys getting information from? So here's my challenge to you guys. One, find me an official, not some damn regurgitated blog. The official announcement from the government of Zimbabwe or their bank saying that the 2008 AA currencies are actually bonds now. Okay, because it doesn't say it on the note. Just because it says bearer, that just means the owner of it. That doesn't mean it's a bond. Okay, so you guys give me the info. So if you can give me that, at least, we can say, okay, now it's a bond, and then we take it from there. But like I said, I've already reached out to the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Hopefully we hear back from them. Well, this is bad news, but thank you for your honesty. Yeah, but again, you guys, listen, the currency actually has more value. You're not going to get a bazillion dollars, of course, but it does have collectible value. Now, I was not focusing on that, and I should have because I'm a collector myself. So I'm going to be digging into the amount of dollars that were put into circulation, and then I'll probably reach out and try to grab like a whole strap of uncirculated ones and send them in and get it graded and just sit on them. And right now, like I said, you've seen that you could see in that eBay, that person just with a certificate of authenticity is selling them for $259. No, send them into some place like PCGS and get it graded. You know what I mean? And then if you get a high grade, then hold on to that sucker because there not very many of them are made. Okay, they spend tons of money to print those. They had this plan years ago. Keep your notes, guys. It costs Zimbabwe more money to make the notes than the notes were worth. That's why there was a short amount of them made. Yes, but mine at Money Metals. Well, Wimpy, if this is true, then that also pertains to the Iraqi dinar notes. The CBI just took all of the 3-0 notes out of circulation 2 weeks ago. And so that means anybody holding on to... Where the hell did you hear this? Who said they took this? Oh, God, don't tell me you've been listening to people like Fleming and crap. Those idiots don't know the ass from a hole in the ground. Come on now, people. Where did it say they took this out? I have to look this up because I have not heard this. They did not take him out. They did not take him out of circulation. What I did hear, and it was an official announcement, that they are considering using the 50 and 25,000 dinar notes for bank transactions only. As they get the dinars back into the bank, they would just be used for interbank transactions. So just know the Zimbabwe situation is way different. See, the Iraqi dinar is an actual currency. Here we go. Series 4, which was introduced the 1st of August 2008, went in value from $1 to $100 trillion in 6 months. The daily inflation rate in mid-November 2008 was 98%, with price doubling every 24.7 hours. In February 2009, the government stopped printing these worthless notes. The Zimbabwe currency was scrapped, and the US dollar was introduced as their primary currency in a bid to stabilize the economy. The old $1 trillion notes became worthless except as souvenirs. In November 2016, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe started issuing Zimbabwe bond notes, not in 2008, 2016. The ZWLs as a local currency. These are still in circulation. That's the ones I was showing you. The $2, the $5, $20 one that has the word bond note on there. These are still in circulation, but like the previous series of notes, are losing value gradually, which I just showed you an article right now that's a day old that says that they're losing their value as well. So here he is. What currency does Zimbabwe use now? Well, the official currency in Zimbabwe is the Zimbabwe dollars, the ZWLs, which is right here. That's what I was talking about. They're using those now. That's the ones they're using. Although it is not an internationally recognized currency, the currency is a form of a bond note. And RTGS, which is the real-time gross settlement. However, the economy of the country is pegged in US dollars. So essentially, the US dollar is the dominant currency. If you are a visitor in Zimbabwe, you want to think the US dollar. So the Zimbabwe bond notes, these are the physical cash notes. They are not a currency. Let me repeat, they are not a currency in themselves, but are just a banknote for ease of transactions. However, there are not enough of these in circulation, and the denominations are too small to be useful. These notes have no value outside of Zimbabwe. So if there's not very many of them, I have to look into those notes too because they're really beautiful. And if there's a low printed amount of those, I'm gonna collect those suckers too, man, and send them in and get them definitely looked at. What is RTGS, which is real-time gross settlement? This is the electronic form of the Zim Dollar. That's all it is. So they do have collector's value to them. I keep telling you guys this. I know I don't want to be bearer of all bad news. They do have collectability value. The goal would be to send them in and get them graded. That's for sure. Dude, I told you that over a year ago. Okay, but I never said otherwise. Those old Zim notes are not a bond. It no longer exists, period. That's like investing in the old Saddam notes. Yeah, you want to hear some info? A lady said to me, I just bought all my Iraq dinars, the ones with Saddam. I was like, no, that's the wrong one. So the person that she bought them from was nice enough to take them back and swap them for the new one. So I was happy for her. Those notes are defunct, obsolete. It was demonetized in 2009. If it were a real currency, you could pull it up in the EX converter, and you can't. There's nothing more you can do with them. They are worthless. Stop listening to those other gurus. Do your own homework. Just Google the damn things. So, info seeker, yeah, I was never a fan. I'm not a big fan of the Zim notes. I never was. In the beginning, I was interested in them, but yeah, I just stopped. Yeah, they're absolutely obsolete. There's no doubt about it. And but I do like how you said go to the XE converter because that's how you know really if they're real currency. You'll see them there. I would never thought about that, so I appreciate that part. But yeah, do your own homework. But what's happening is a lot of these people are listening to gurus. They are not doing their own homework, especially like Foster Farm over there and crap like that. If they did, then they would know better. But you know what it is always become the boogeyman. I'm the bad guy because I'm saying to people, yeah, so one, make sure you got the right note because this is the one that's currently being used and the other ones are obsolete. And I know they're telling you that you're going to be able to do this and that with them, but that's not so. So appreciate that, info seeker. So yeah, once again, I am the bearer of the bad news. So finally, yes, I told you guys there is redemption for your Zim bonds. Good Lord. And I actually found it. And the year is going to be for 2023. Yeah, next year. They become mature. Zim announces full early redemption of the 349 million principal amounts of Series 1 and 2 notes due 2023. That's right. We're talking about the Series 1 and the Series 2 notes. They are going to be due on 2023. A global container liner shipping company announced today that it intends to perform a mandatory excess cash redemption of 100% of its Series 1 and 100% of its Series 2 unsecured notes due in 2023. Together, the notes at an agreement amount of $351.6 million, including accrued interest and accumulated PIK interest. Yes, there you have it. Zim bonds that you could redeem. But this has nothing to do with the money. You see, Zim is a company. They sold bonds, Series 1 and Series 2. So if you are a lucky owner of actual legitimate Zim bonds from the Zim Factor company, they will be due in 2023. You can redeem them and get your money. You see, let me tell you what happened. Somebody sent this to me as their proof that the Zim currency is a bond and that they were going to be due here soon. They obviously did not read the article because this is a company and its name is Zim, the Factor. And yes, they have bonds and it has nothing to do with the currency from Zimbabwe. These are actual bonds in the company. You're going to be able to redeem them in 2023. Why the person sent this to me as their proof that I was wrong about the Zim currency and that this article proves that we're going to be able to send them in and exchange them. Man, work with me, people. Work with me. So if you're a lucky holder of the actual Zim bonds for this company, congratulations. You'll be able to send them in and be 100% compensated for holding on to those bonds. But this has nothing to do with the country of Zimbabwe or their currency. And the fact that somebody sent me this tells me a whole lot about the way some people approach these investments. You guys have to do your own research. I understand there's a lot of us out there sharing our opinions with things, but just keep in mind, nobody's a lawyer. They're not accountants. They're not brokers. These are people just sharing their opinions on things, just like this is my opinion on here about the dollars. You don't have to believe it. That's why I bring all my stuff forward to you as evidence and then show you. I just don't say it like a lot of other people on their channels who just say, hey, this is good, but won't share the information with you. Now, again, I've reached out to the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. When they respond, I will share the email with you so you can see, because I asked them about their currencies, but specifically about the 2008 AA series. Did it convert into a bond? Is it redeemable? What can we do with these notes if we still have them? Now, I'm not saying go out and toss them or anything like that. Just throw them in a drawer. But definitely, if you can get some uncirculated, crisp ones, yeah, those are going to be collectibles because there's not very many of them made. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. I do appreciate you tuning in. And as usual, I become the boogeyman when it comes to talking about things that you should be aware of. And that is the truth. So, if you guys can go out there and find an official announcement from a legitimate source that proves that these things were swapped into bonds, I'll come on here and make a correction. I'm not too proud, and I'm not one of these people go, oh my God, I don't want to be wrong. I've been wrong before about things, and I come on and I say I made a mistake. So bring me that official announcement that these things were converted into bonds. I'm talking about the 2008 ones, or that these are actual bonds. I'm not talking about some regurgitated crap that you guys keep pushing around to one another. I'm talking about an actual legitimate resource, and I will share it. Anyways, that's it for now, man. Hit the thumbs up button if you're not a subscriber. Please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.